All right, hi Tahira, welcome back.
Hi.
So let's talk about your job. How did things go with that?
Yo. So it was very weird.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I told you everything with my boss, how like I really felt like I couldn't talk to him and I felt intimidated at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I told you I put my 2 weeks in
Okay.
and I did I tell you how he didn't give me PTO?
No.
Okay, so a lot happened there.
Okay.
So when that whole thing happened and he told me that I was just horrible,
Mm-hmm.
I acted off emotion and I was like, you know what? Well, here's my 2 weeks. So prior to that, I was supposed to get oral surgery. I requested days off. Everyone knew that I wasn't going to be in there. The
Mm-hmm.
orientation of the new job was the same days as the surgery. So I canceled my surgery and I didn't reschedule yet, but I really need to. And I don't know. I went to the orientation
Mm-hmm.
and I just wasn't really feeling it. And then I get there and they lie to me and they're like, "You're gonna be working 3 to 11." I said, "I can't work those hours. I'm in school." I stressed that I would never take a job for hours that I can't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up leaving. I went back to work on the day I wasn't supposed to go to work. This was all a couple weeks ago, mind you.
Okay.
And I don't know, like I was just something took hold of me and I
Mm-hmm.
felt really confident and I went to my boss and I said, "You know what? Like I want to tell you why I'm quitting or why I put my 2 weeks in. And it's not because I got offered another position, it's because I don't feel like welcomed here. I feel like a doormat." So I explained everything. I went into
Mm-hmm.
everything. Long story short, I started crying, like just tears. Like I couldn't even help it. Tears busted out, and I was just like, I don't know. And he was like, "So what do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to still work here,
Mm-hmm.
but like these things have to change." And we talked, and I still have a job, but like I don't know. I mean, like the dynamic kind of changed, but then I just feel like I don't know. But whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to just take a step back and I want to just talk about, I want to see, I want you to tell me how you were feeling when you said, you felt confident because that was something that you didn't have before. So what does confident feel like to you?
Well, that day, I don't know, like I felt like I was in a good space.
Mm,
I felt I'm really big on energy. I don't like negative energy.
okay.
Um, I felt all positive energy, all positive vibes. Like I could feel the aura around me.
Mm,
I don't know, I was looking good, feeling good, and I just walked in there and I don't know, I just felt like whatever I was holding on to, it just wasn't there that day, and I just was so happy and just so ready and determined to talk to this man, like
mm-hmm,
cuz I just felt like like I'm not in my prime yet, but I'm 25 years old
mm-hmm,
and I feel like there's a point that you you're trying to grow up, but then you really can't let people like walk all over you. So I don't know, like I guess I was just talking to myself like,
mm-hmm,
"Yo, he crazy. He think he could talk to me like that? Like he is crazy. Like you know who I am? Like
mm-hmm.
that's what I was just thinking." So I don't know, like I felt just really good about that. I
All right,
don't
that's
know.
good. So do you feel like you had some type of positive reinforcement, maybe?
Um, well, I don't know. What do you mean?
Like you said, you're really big on energy. So what type of energy were you feeling that day?
I was just feeling like I had the music blasted.
Okay.
Like that's kind of my outlet. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I like to be by myself, if I'm ever
Right.
feeling some type of way, I want to be to myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to talk to me. I just want to hear music. I don't care if it's loud, if it's depressing. It's just I need to hear music. It calms me down. It makes me feel like I feel like whole again.
Okay.
Opposed to if I'm just running around all day and like constantly, nonstop. People are annoying me. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I honestly, I keep like a pair of headphones in my bag specifically because sometimes at work, like, I'll just put the music on, like the speaker on, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, ah, I feel good. Like, my phone rings all the time. Like, people in the office, so annoying. Not coworkers, like, not the clients, like my coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so like. And another reason, honestly, why I felt good is I just thought about it, talking about my coworkers. When I went in that day, like I was gone for like a good 2 days at
Mm-hmm.
that point. My coworkers were like, please don't leave. Like, I don't know how to do this, this, and this. And I was like, wow. It's like me not being there for 2 days
Mm-hmm.
affected everyone. So I was like, maybe I do have a role here, I guess. Like, but I don't know. Like, I just still, I'm not saying that like I felt good that other people,
Mm-hmm.
like realized my worth because I was gone. I just felt good because I felt like, you know, at first I thought it was just me. I thought I was crazy. Like, am
Mm-hmm.
I the only person like thinking like this? But then once my coworker said something, I'm like, oh, okay, I feel a little better.
Okay, so when your coworkers came up to you, like, and they told you, that they basically needed you to be here, like, what were you feeling on the inside?
Honestly, I was feeling like, duh, I trained you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you need me. I trained you. And I wasn't done training you. You're still new. But,
Right.
like, that just made me think more about how, like, my boss just doesn't didn't get it. And I think by like my coworkers talking to me before
Mm-hmm.
anything even happened, because like I already felt like I was gonna talk to him, but it was just like when they said something, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna really talk to him now. Now I really feel good about talking to him because I feel like like I'm important here. Like I do a lot. It's just unnoticed, I
Okay.
should say.
All right.
Mm.
So do you feel like your coworkers, helped you in any way when it came to talking to your boss?
No, because none of them knew that I was gonna talk to him.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't really like telling people my business.
Mm-hmm.
I was just taking in everything that they were saying, and I was like, let me do it. And then after I got done talking to my boss actually admitted this is how the conversation kind of went because I said I do everything here,
Mm-hmm.
and my boss is such a dick. He was like, you do everything. You don't do everything. You don't drive the van. I was like, okay, if you want to act like that. I was like, I do everything case management wise and
Mm-hmm.
more. I do everything that your assistant program manager does. I said, you're about to bring someone in here and you're going to make me train them. I said, that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of like a slap in my face. Like, you're basically telling me that I'm not capable of doing something, but then you ask me to do something that you think that I'm not capable of doing. So I don't know. I guess like me talking to him, then he like ended up admitting out of nowhere, like, you're one of the best workers we've had here in a while. Besides this other guy who trained me, but like that guy was
Mm-hmm.
freaking awesome. No, he was awesome. I talk to him all the time. So cool. But I don't know, like, I mean, everything in the office is kind of different now. But there's a twist. I might be leaving anyway.
Okay. So let's take a step back.
Okay.
So let's talk about when you talk to your boss. I remember before you were very unsure of if you wanted to talk to him.
hmm
So, being the fact that you did take that step and you talked to him, how did, what was going through your mind when you were talking to him? What were you feeling when you were talking to him?
Um. Well, I felt really confident going in there, and then sitting in the seat and talking.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was just like reliving like that moment that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting so frustrated talking to him, and I knew that I was because the more and more I talked and I felt like he wasn't getting it, we were
Mm-hmm.
kind of like going back and forth at first, but not like back and forth like immature back and forth. It was a very maybe agree to disagree kind of conversation. But then I kind of changed it around anyway. But afterwards, like, I just felt myself getting more frustrated and I just
Mm-hmm.
started crying. And, like, I'm not the type person that cries. I don't cry in front of anybody. Like, if I cry, like, if I really care, or I cry if I'm really mad, or there's just, like,
Mhm.
There's no like, oh, I'm about to cry, or I'm sad.
Yeah.
No, like, sad, who fucking cares? Get over it, build a bridge. Like, I cry if I'm extremely mad,
Mhm.
or like if I'm just like extremely just like distraught about something. Like, if I'm sad, I would never
Yeah.
be like, oh, I'm sad about a situation. Like, I don't know. But I was just crying like in the office, and then I was apologizing for crying, and I said, I'm
Mhm.
really sorry that, that I'm crying. I really love what I do. Like, I love helping the clients that
Mhm.
I work with. And I don't know. Like, honestly, I still don't know how he feels to this day, but
Yeah.
I feel good because I got to say something to him. And I know that, like, maybe he now understands that, all right, I can't talk to her a certain kind of way. Because I
Mhm.
told him, I said, you say things to people that should not be said. Like, I said, you're my supervisor and I should feel comfortable talking to you with the issue. I told him that I don't feel comfortable talking to him at all.
Mhm.
Like, he's just like a whole, I don't know. I mean, like, I still don't feel comfortable talking to him. Now I look at him and it's just like, hi, whatever, like, bye, keep it moving, like, just whatever.
Okay. So, how do you? Why do you think that you started crying? So you say you're not a big crier. So, where do you think that emotion came from?
It came from me being so upset that he doesn't see how passionate I am about my work,
Mm-hmm.
and that I do so much and I help everybody in the office. Like, I had the most caseload. I had about like 20 something people,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to someone having 10 and someone having 4. And I
Okay.
brought that up in the conversation, and my boss said, well, other people are new. I said, no. I said, I was a month in and you
Mm-hmm.
gave me 23 people. I said, we have people who are now 9 months in and they
Mm-hmm.
have like 7 people. I said, yeah, we get new people every week. We have 2 intake days, but you keep giving them to me. I think
Mm-hmm.
that that is like just not cool. So, like, I don't know, like, I just learned to voice my concerns, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt like maybe before he was just so used to me being the yes man. Oh, Miss Matthews, can you do this? Yeah, sure. Can you do that? Yeah, sure. Now I'm just like, no, like, fuck that. Like, why am I about to do that? You're not about to pay me more.
Mm-hmm.
My job title isn't changing. So I feel like I'm not about to give it my all, and I'm just gonna not do the bare minimum. Like, I'm still gonna do what I have to do, but I'm just not gonna go over about everything.
Okay. So, with talking to your boss,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel as though he may have a better understanding of, you know, how to treat you in the workplace? And do you think that maybe your relationship will get better with him?
No, absolutely
No?
not. I don't plan on staying there. Like I mentioned earlier, I am leaving. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for a call. I had an interview with Rutgers Behavioral Health
Mm-hmm.
for a habilitation counselor position, and it's mental health. It's
Mm-hmm.
in a hospital. Like, it's like, come on, like, I want to get in that job. And on top of that, I just feel like I'm really big on spirituality as well. Like, my family raised me. I
Mm-hmm.
believe in God. I believe that I don't truly believe that everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that things do happen and we don't have control over when it happens. Like, we all have our own path. So for me, I felt like, you know what, like, these obstacles happen for a reason. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um that day they were meant to tell me on that certain day that the schedule was going to be 3 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I said, what? Got my stuff, left. That's the same day I went to work and was like, you know what, I'm going to tell him how I feel. So a couple weeks after that, I got a call from Rutgers and they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to interview me, and I'm like, holy shit, like, look at God.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have any like um bad blood within the office or any negative energy, because like I said, like, I stay to myself. I do what I have to do. I
Mm-hmm.
worry about me, my group, my clients. Anything else, I don't even try to get involved. I don't even try to help, because I know that I'm not going to be there. That's not my end plan. Like, I
Right.
know that I have an end plan, and it has nothing to do with that
Mm-hmm.
company. So I keep reminding myself that, and that helps me like go through the days. Like, hey, you're working here
Mm-hmm.
because you're working towards something.
Right.
So it's like I'm just looking for, I don't know, I guess sanity at this point, just trying to keep it stable until I get out.
With hearing everything that you're talking about, You just seem so different from our last time that we have talked with
Mhm.
getting the information about this new job. You know, how are you? How did you handle it? How are you feeling? What's going through your mind?
So I was in my office and I got this call, and I'm like, who the hell is calling me? So
Mm-hmm.
I answered the phone, and this woman was like, hi, I'm from Rutgers Behavioral Healthcare, blah, blah, blah. I want to interview you, blah. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay. I went to the interview. The interview was awesome. Like, it started at 9:30. I didn't leave till 11. Like, I don't know, it was just like really great conversation, great energy, great vibes. Like, it's just
Mm-hmm.
like a positive environment. I know that I want to be in there. But when I got the call just to come into interview,
Mm-hmm.
not even gonna lie, I just dropped everything that I was doing and I just put my head down on my desk and I just started praying and just thanking the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, like some people might be like, oh, you're crazy. Like, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, I just dropped everything and was just like, thank you, Jesus. Like, and I cried.
And
I
in
cried.
and in that
At
moment,
that moment, I
yeah,
cried. I
that moment.
cried. I cried. I cried because I was so. I felt like, wow, like every negative thing is just
Mm-hmm.
lifted off of me. Like, even if I don't get the job, I
Mm-hmm.
still have the opportunity to interview with, this company
Right.
and meet different people that I can still keep in touch with in the future if I
Mm-hmm.
needed to. So it's like I kind of made connections in a little way that if it doesn't happen now, I'm still going to be connected with them in the future.
Right. That's a good way of looking at things. Definitely a good way. Wow. So it like you have changed. Your outlook has changed so much, and I want to know, why do you feel, how can I put this? Your outlook has changed a lot, and like I said, you seem so much happier. I want to know what attributed to your change.
Well, um, I noticed that, I wasn't, I was becoming something or someone that I'm not.
Mhm.
I was getting really, really, really frustrated. I was like, any little thing, maybe someone say, hey, Ta, what do
Mhm.
you want? Like, I was like constantly on edge. And I knew like it was something serious because my boyfriend said to me, hey, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on with school? You're usually on top of everything. I haven't even seen you done any work. And I was like, wow. Like, that was like a reality check right
Mhm.
there. Like, my own boyfriend's telling me that I'm slipping from my own priorities. And, like, like, I'm really, really, really time anal. And I'm, like, so organized.
Mhm.
So when he said that to me, I was like, it was like a reality check. I said, holy shit. So if he notices this and he's barely with me because I'm so
Mhm.
crazy during the week, then like my coworkers probably notice it, my supervisor, like who knows? Like my classmates probably think I'm an asshole. Like,
Mhm.
I don't care, but I just felt like for me personally, like it was just a whole lot of frustration being taken on me and I didn't know how to handle it. So I was just dealing with like emotions, constant emotions, and I just let everything go.
So how did you let everything go? What does letting everything go look like?
Well, I honestly, I just took everything one by one. I thought about all my problems.
Mhm.
I thought what was the most important to me versus what's the least, and whatever one of my problems came first, I just tackled the first one, but I didn't like make the other ones a priority.
Mhm.
I so if I have to go maybe take the dog to the groomer versus I gotta clean the house, I gotta cook, and then I gotta do a paper.
Mhm.
If the paper's due like a week and a half later, you know what? I'm not even stressing it. If the dog gotta go to the groomer tomorrow, I'm gonna handle in order. Like, I'm not gonna try to do everything at once. So I kind of just took a step back and went back to my normal routine. I don't know what was going on where I was just, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know, maybe school or something.
So taking everything one by one, did it help?
Yeah, it definitely did because it took a lot off of me because,
Mhm.
like, I have all these just things hitting me at one time. It's like I'm a fucking punching bag. And it's like what can you possibly do? You're getting hit all at once. Like, you're bound to fall. Like, no one's gonna, I'm not Hercules. So I guess I was just tired of getting hit. I just took everything, I handled everything one by one.
Okay, and when you came to that conclusion of being tired of, getting hit, how did you handle that? Like, how did you feel?
I just felt like I was getting back to my normal routine. Like, I felt happier. I wasn't like snapping on people for no reason. I was just good. Yeah.
You were just good.
Hmm.
What does good look like? What does it feel like?
Good to me looks like I get to wake up every day, throw whatever I see on, do my daily routines,
Mm-hmm.
and not stress. Like, before, I felt like I was just rushing through everything. Like, this has to get done, this has to get done. Like, I was just rushing. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like, like, I'm really a relaxed person. So I don't know what made me get so, like,
Mm-hmm.
jittery. But I guess just going back into what I really know is me being just calm, cool, whatever about everything and handling it one by one, opposed to I gotta get this done.
So do you feel like you're becoming more in tune with yourself? You're becoming yourself again? Do you feel that way or?
Um, I mean, like, I feel like my stress is off of me, like the work, like, because work was affecting me the most. And now that, work isn't a stress factor for me, I just have nothing else to really worry about. Now I'm just trying to focus on school and just being done. Like, it's just like, I'm so over it at this point. But everything else, I don't know. I just feel like I just have to take everything as it comes.
I do want to go back because I know you mentioned work a lot.
Yeah.
So if anything, say if your job becomes stressful again, how do you think you're going to handle that?
Well, like I said, I'm waiting for this call. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like, I have really good high hopes that I'm going to get the job, so I'm just
Okay.
waiting for them to offer me the job.
Mm-hmm.
The guy told me about 3 to 4 weeks anyway, and we're now coming up on the third week. But
Okay.
I just feel like if I was to get in any stressful
Mm-hmm.
situations, maybe next time I won't let everything get too piled up. I'll go talk to a supervisor. But I did talk to a supervisor because I talked to my supervisor, who
Mm-hmm.
was the assistant program manager, and she never delayed my messages to my supervisor. That was the
Okay.
issue. And I feel like next time, I instead of going to, like, if I gotta go to the head,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go to the head. I can't put my decisions or my issues in somebody else's hands. Like, it's not them, it's me. And how do I even know if they're really relaying the message, or the message that I want to be delayed correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Everything could get interpreted like differently. So I feel like now in future situations, I will just be that person to talk for myself.
Okay. That's good. So I know we're kind of coming to a close to our session. I just wanted to know, what did you take from this whole session here? What did you get from it? If you
Um,
got anything from it.
I I mean, a little self awareness. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like talking more about the situation. I'm self aware of how I can get if I don't, like, handle my shit
Mm-hmm.
myself. But yeah, that's really it. I took in the fact that, maybe self care or self awareness, like I said. Because if I didn't know myself and I didn't realize that I was stepping out of my own element,
Mm-hmm.
then I probably would still be a mess. But because it's me and I know myself, I feel more comfortable. So I just feel better.
Okay. So would you be willing to some type of homework, possibly?
Depends. What's the homework?
I want, if it's okay with you, try to focus on you. recognizing when you're stepping out of your self, your
Mm-hmm.
normal self, and try to draw yourself back. You think you're able to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Because I think, you know, maybe that can help you. You know, when you feel as though you are getting stressed out and you don't know exactly what to do, if you can focus and you can pinpoint, you know, when you're actually stepping out of yourself, then you can try not to do those things. So
Definitely.
do you think that you're able to do that for homework? And then we could talk about your experiences the next session?
Hmm. Yeah, I could do that. I do it every day.
Okay, well, great. Well, to hear it was so nice speaking with you. Okay, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Safe travels.